wrap around branches, and they can actually use it almost like a fifth hand. And all of their limbs that you see there are nice and strong and can grip onto tree branches, but their tail also helps them to balance and stabilize and make sure that they stay nice and safe. So, Gianna, tell us a little bit about prehensile-tailed skinks. What are they? What's up with them? Where are they from? What do they do?
So, of course, the number one question is just what are they? So skinks.
He doesn't want to snack. He's napping.
He's napping. Skinks are a really neat lizard. So they are a type of lizard. The word skink basically means any lizard that is short-limbed. So if you look at their limbs, they're kind of short compared to some other lizards. And it also means that they have either a very, very short neck, or it looks like they have almost no neck. So if you look at them, it does have a very short neck. So it basically means kind of short, stubby lizard. Which they are, except their tails are really, really long.
Yeah, that tail is about the same length as the rest of its body.
It's pretty much equal. So prehensile-tailed skinks are really cool because of that tail. So that is what makes them very different from other skinks. And the fact that they are strictly herbivorous. So as you guys can see, we're feeding them some plants, some browse, this mulberry. He might eat some. And they are the only herbivorous lizard or skink out there.
Really?
So out of all the skink lizards in the world, these are the only ones that only eat plant material.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Now these guys also have some other names that people call them. We like to go by their very scientific name, which is prehensile-tailed skink. But they also can go by the name Solomon Island skink or monkey-tailed skink.
Okay.
And that's because these guys are from the Solomon Islands. That is the only place in the world that you're going to find them.
And where are the Solomon Islands?
The Solomon Islands are an island that's kind of up above Australia.
Okay.
It's very small, not that many people know about them. But they are a tropical island, so they have a lot of species on there that are not found anywhere else in the world, a lot like Madagascar does.
Cool, cool. So these are tropical lizards.
They are.
This weather might even be considered a smidge cool for them.
A smidge.
They're doing pretty well out here.
Their average temps are about that 75 to 85 range.
Awesome. Okay, so we mentioned that they spend a ton of time in trees. So is that why they have these colorations, and do they come in any other colors?
Absolutely. So these guys have this kind of olive green coloration, and that's their primary coloration. They can be a little bit on the browner side, a little bit on the greener side, but they're not going to be like a bearded dragon that you can find in a pet store that's like bright orange or yellow.
Yeah.
They pretty much are the color that they are because it helps them to blend in with the trees. They almost never come down from the tree.
That makes sense. So let's talk a little bit about their senses. Do they primarily use sight, smell, touch? What do you think?
So these guys, I would say it's a little bit of everything. You can see that these guys are really, really good at using their mouths. They do like to explore with their mouths.
Yes.
They do have teeth.
That's a nice way of saying that if you stick your finger in their face, they will bite you.
Don't stick your finger there. But I think they do a lot of their sensing with their hands. So touching is a big one for them. They kind of reach out and touch everything. But they do have that awesome nose, and like most other lizards, a Jacobson's organ, so they can kind of sniff the air with their tongue, like our past friends have with their tongue.
And they also have a pineal gland, which is that sensor on the top of their heads that allows them to determine whether or not it is light or dark out, which is pretty cool. It's actually, it looks like a little special scale. It's hard to see, but
it's kind of neat to see if you look at it hard enough. It kind of all cinches in at the top.
It's cool,
It's really neat.
Now, people might be wondering why we are wearing gloves. So let's talk about that.
Excellent. So these guys, because they are arboreal, they live in trees, and they live in the forest where the trees are a little bit harder, they have really special hands and fingernails. These nails, or these claws that they have, are really sharp. They have kind of an extended middle toe, and it acts as a rock pick. So if you've ever been rock climbing, you'd use a pick to really dig into the rocks so that you don't fall. And that's exactly what that kind of long toe is for, and those really sharp nails. So we don't want our hands to be under their nails. Not that they're mean, not that they're going to hurt us, but naturally their nails are very sharp. Yeah. And then again, they do have those nice teeth that they like to explore with. So again, I like my fingers the way they are.
I do, yeah. We try to keep our hands
we try to
and
keep
our
them
arms
safe.
as nice and wound-free as possible.
That's right.
And that's just part of the deal, is that when you're working this closely with animals, you do have to sometimes take necessary precautions, not because of their personalities or because they're out to get us, because that's not necessarily the case, but they often have parts on them that will hurt us,
That's right.
whether or not they're trying. And those nails are really, really, really sharp.
They're really sharp.
You can't even really tell just by looking at them, but when we move them from place to place, they literally latch on to whatever they happen to be standing on, and it's difficult to get them to move. Like, if we tried to pick him up off of that, we would not be able to if we tried.
Would not.
No, because he is lashed onto that thing.
That's great.
And he is enjoying that sunshine.
He's having a great time in the sun.
Okay, so my favorite thing about these lizards, we gotta talk about their babies. You
Love
knew
it.
that's where I was
love
going.
talking about their
Tell us
babies.
about their babies.
So these animals are really interesting. So not only are they big lizards, they are rather
Pretty
large
big for a lizard, yeah.
These two are both males, so sadly you won't be able to witness the coolness. But when they are born, the babies do come out live, and they're about a third to a half the size of the mom.
Yeah.
So when these guys have a baby, they are pushing out a live baby that is already about this big.
Yeah.
Compared to the whole lizard, which
Yeah.
is crazy. So as you can imagine, they typically only have one
Yes.
at a time.
Not twins. Just one.
Two, probably not gonna fit.
No.
And so it is really interesting. So these guys are about 32 inches total in length. Cut that in half and you have the size
Yeah.
of the body. But when a baby is born, it's between 6 to 9 inches, which is about half of their body. So it is a huge baby. And again, that mom's pushing it out live. It does not come out in a
It comes
egg.
out like
It
ready
comes
to
out ready to go.
Yeah.
So, in human terms, that is the equivalent of a mom giving birth to about a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I hope all you human moms are happy that you're human.
I hope so. Now, that actually makes me wonder, though, is there a lot of parental involvement once the baby's born, or is mom just done?
So there actually is. Both mom and dad will help care for the baby for the first couple weeks, and then it'll pretty much just rely on its mom. And then after that, it does stay in the family unit. So these guys actually do create little family units. There he goes. He's hungry. He's happy now. Danny's got her arms full.
Oh, well.
And so, yeah, they will stay in a family unit. And the young, or the offspring, will stay with the mom for quite a while. These guys will primarily pair up, but that doesn't mean that they're going to stay together for life.
Okay.
Like some other animals do. But that baby is going to stay with its mom until it's old enough to get a mate on its own, which is really neat.
And how long do these lizards typically live?
So, that's the coolest part.
Yeah.
On average, what research we have, which is very little, says that they only live about 15 years. However, both of our boys here are about 20, so
Yep.
they're 5 years over that. And then we actually have a really neat colony here at the zoo in our reptile house. And I just looked this up before I came out here because I wanted to make sure I got it right. We have one that's in its late 40s.
That's nuts.
These animals can live way past that 15 years.
Yeah. And that's
Just haven't figured it out yet.
That's exactly it. And this is a relatively, when we talk about studying species, this is a relatively recent species. The Philadelphia Zoo actually has a lengthy history with this particular lizard. In fact, we were the very first zoo in the world to have a successful second generation of these lizards born in a zoo. So many zoos were able to have a first generation, but then those lizards were not able to go on and have their own children. And we have been successfully breeding these guys for generations at this point. So we were the first zoo to be able to do that. So we've been studying them for a long time. So it would make sense that we would also be among the first people to figure out that they are living way longer than we thought they were.
Really long time.
Which happens more frequently than you might think with zoos.
It does.
We take really good care of our animals, and sometimes they really surprise us.
Yeah, so not only do they have excellent health care, but they clearly live a very long time.
They
so we
do.
have a total of about 24 of these guys
Yeah.
in the zoo.
That's awesome. Were these guys born here?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we've got 3 in our education collection altogether. So we've got Beely, who's on the perching, Boo-Boo, who I'm holding, and then in the back we have Party, he's our third one.
Oh, that's cute. All right, so what kind of questions are we getting from the audience?
What are the holes on the sides of their heads?
Excellent question. So those are their ears. So a lot of animals, their ears, when they're reptiles, they're called tympanums, or even if they're say, an amphibian,
basically their eardrum, but we can see it because they don't have a flap like we do covering it.
Yep, and it's not like birds where it's covered in feathers.
Yeah.
You can just straight on see that weird ear hole. Ears are weird.
Yeah, they are.
And how good is their eyesight?
So their eyesight's pretty good. They have to be able to see what food they're eating, and they are able to see prey or predators that's coming, not prey, sorry. They do have predators over the Solomon Islands, typically birds of prey, something that's going to be big enough to pick these guys up off of a branch.
Yeah,
so that's going to be a strong animal, so it's typically birds of prey, and they actually prefer to eat something called the Solomon Island creeper, which is a specific plant that grows there, and that's their favorite thing on the island that they eat, but they will eat fruits and berries, so they do have pretty good eyesight. They can of course see colors. And
yeah, actually we'll have to look this up because I feel like I remember this lizard being one of the animals that can see varying types of UV
probably
reflected off of the leaves, which is why they can chew, which is why they're so picky when it comes to their leaves. So I want to look that up, and we'll put it in the comments when we figure that out. I should have researched that beforehand, but it just slipped my mind.
There's a lot of stuff that we like to look up.
Oh yeah, and we always verify it. We don't just make stuff up. We always go back and check our sourcing.
That's great.
I know. What other questions are we getting?
How fast can they run, and can they jump?
So
I feel like the answer is no and no.
Yeah, it's a no and a no. So as fast as they're going is pretty much as fast as they go. When they're really eager, they can kind of move their
They can scoot.
they can move their bodies a little bit, but they are not super fast animals. Again, that tail they have is pretty long, it's pretty heavy, and it's really made to help them to climb. It's not
And
really
it's
made for
almost
balance.
it's always gripping. Like this isn't a tail that they'll just kind of let drag. Like they're always looking for somewhere to wrap their tail around.
Exactly. It's not like a snow leopard where they use it to just kind of balance themselves and wrap themselves up. These guys are using it to really utilize and grip, so they're not very quick creatures. Wow. And then the last thing I didn't talk about was how much they weigh. These guys are maybe about a pound. A little over a pound. They don't weigh that much.
No.
I know it's a question we always get.
That
How
is a
much
question.
does it weigh? Not that much.
So are there any questions we didn't answer yet? Awesome. Any last words on these lizards?
I'm gonna eat some more.
Yeah,
we're gonna eat more.
You mentioned we keep talking about their teeth. Do they actually have teeth? Or do they just have a little bony ridge?
I believe it's teeth that they have.
They're just in there.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They kind of look like vomer teeth, like you'd see on a
Yeah.
dog. But I do believe that they're actually teeth. And then the last thing I will say is that usually we get the question of if this can be a pet. This is a very specific species that again is endemic to one island in the world. I mean, we work really hard here at the zoo to care for them. They are not an animal that you can easily find that you'd be like, I'm just gonna make this my pet. They have very specific needs. And they are an endangered species, so we do want to make sure that we're really careful about them when we're talking about them as something that you might want to have at home. It's not cuddly, unlike a snake, which can be cuddly. I love cuddling snakes.
I do love cuddling snakes.
I wouldn't cuddle these guys, even though I love them.
Even with the gloves on, even if I had full gauntlets on, I still don't think I'd want to cuddle these guys because they can, like you mentioned, they can scoot. And if they get off of whatever they're sitting on, like their perch, they'll be right on top of your head in a moment's notice. They won't even think twice about it. You're a treat to them. So, and that's nice, thick claws. They would never be able to get out of our hair, either one of us. No. They'd just be living up there forever and be a nest. So anyway, that is about all the time that we have today. So thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for continuing to tune into Philly Zoo at 2. Just a reminder that if you are able to support the zoo during this time that we are closed, we do have a link in the description of the video to donate to us, to our Spring Back Fund. So we would very much appreciate it if you are able to help us out there. Otherwise, thanks so much for joining us today, and we will be back tomorrow with a brand new animal friend on Philly Zoo at 2. Bye!